Welcome back, everyone. We've got a critical midweek hotfix drop-in for Fellowship planned for today, October 31st, 2025. This isn't just a small cleanup. These fixes address some immediate issues that cropped up after the last major patch, and more importantly, they contain a massive, game-changing rework for one of our main tank heroes, Meiko. The start time for this is scheduled for 10 a.m. Central European Time and is planned as a brief maintenance, but the servers will be going down, and of course the patch will be launching immediately following the maintenance window, so make sure that you are resetting your Steam so that it will be uploading that uploaded patch. Grab a coffee, let's break down exactly what you need to know before you log back in. Let's start with the general and UI fixes that are coming up. These might seem small, but they hit those everyday pain points that we have all been asking for changes in. First of all, there is going to be a correction for the login queue ghost. I think we've all experienced this. You're sitting in a long queue, step away for a second, and suddenly you're AFK kicked. They finally fixed that issue where the AFK timer was incorrectly tracking inactivity during the login queue. Huge QoL improvement here for the high traffic times, and hopefully this will work as intended. Next is the store consistency, because for those looking to grab the new Ardeos or Emberjack Lord Regalia skin, the store entry has been updated to use gold instead of supplies. This brings it in line with the rest of the event economy, so no more confusing resource consumption there. Next are the eliminated UI annoyances, which we have been fighting with since the beginning of the game. We've got two of them to talk about here. First of all, the friends list tooltips are correctly going to be showing information again. And second, that infuriating crafting station tutorial prompt that kept reappearing even after you've completed it. Well, supposedly this is finally going to be gone for good, so we don't have to worry about that popping up anymore. Which brings us to the core of the hotfix. The tank hero Meiko has received a substantial tuning pass that fundamentally changes how her armor stack works. This change is clearly aimed at addressing the community exploit or unintended mechanic of infinite armor growth, which was being stacked up by her inside of the dungeons. And just to break it down for you so you can understand, basically the rework is looking at doing this one big thing. Her core passive is being reverted to be multiplicative instead of additive. Additive stacking allows her armor to grow out of control basically, and now by making it multiplicative, they are capping the ability for her armor to infinitely grow, a necessary change for the game's health more or less. So to balance this loss of stacking potential, the armor gained from Unwavering Spirit is also reduced to 30%. It was originally at 50, remember that. Next are the compensation buffs, which, recognizing this massive nerf, they are buffing her base ability strength. First of all, you got the Stone Shield health, which is globally increased by 10%. Crucially, the armor granted by each Stone Shield charge also is substantially increased to 50%, up from 35%. This means her immediate burst of tankiness is much stronger, but her sustained infinite scaling is now absolutely gone. The bottom line here is that Meiko will now feel tankier in short bursts with her Stone Shield, but she can no longer become an untouchable fortress by stacking up armor endlessly. It shifts her from an unstoppable late game anchor to a more tactical shield-focused brawler. A quick alert here though is because of this hotfix, the tooltips in-game will not be correct for these new Meiko values until the next localization patch, so you just have to trust the numbers, not the words that are written in there to describe it. Next, let's look at a nice bump for Helena and then a fantastic quality of life update for many other heroes that are being popped up and worked on as we are moving through the beginning stages of the game. First of all is going to be the toughness buffs that you are going to be finding on Helena, because her max toughness and toughness generation are both seeing a 10% increase, which means more health more often. The best part, her toughness is no longer reduced while her defensive abilities Absorb is active. This removes a painful penalty that makes her feel much more reliable as a tank while actively defending during pulls. The buff bar cleanup also is something which has been worked out. This is a fantastic QoL change for competitive play. They are finally refining the important hero buffs bar to track the abilities that matter the most. Meiko's passive, the Harsh Winds, which is clogging up the important bar, has been moved down to the normal buff bar now. Meanwhile, the crucial time-sensitive buffs for multiple heroes have been added to the important bar, often with duration info now displayed for them. Key additions will also be including Meiko's Twin Souls, Army of One, Helena's Siegebreaker, and Grand Melee, and critical abilities for Mara, Ardios, Ilarion, and Sylvie, including Matriarch Macabre, Reigns of Fire, Sidestrider's Grace, Event Horizon, and Flutter Call Jubilee. Finally, clean tracking of your main timers basically is what is taking place here. Wrapping up with some crucial bug fixes as well that directly affect the gameplay and itemization is first off the gym overcap fix. This was a huge frustration. They fixed a bug that caused gym overcap bonuses to be completely removed upon death. This bonus should now correctly persist through death. This means high level builds that rely on overcaps are no longer severely punished for simply dying and respawning, a mandatory fix for competitive builds basically. Next is the Fated Strike or weapon fixes. This specific weapon has received 2 vital fixes. It was failing to refresh its buff when reapplied while still active. Now that's fixed, so you can maintain the buff stacks correctly while using this weapon. It also has an issue where the strike would sometimes fail entirely when you were standing very close to the target. Now your close range strikes will land reliably, or at least are supposed to be landing as reliable as possible. So to quickly summarize this October 31st hotfix, Meiko gets a great major rework, trading infinite armor stacking for stronger base stone shields. Helena becomes a much more reliable tank with increased toughness and no penalty during hold the line. A fantastic hero buff bar cleanup will make tracking key abilities way cleaner across the roster. And finally, crucial fixes for gym bonuses persisting through death and reliable Fate Strike functionality. Now I want to hear from the Meiko fans out there. How do you feel about the change? Do the stone shield buffs make up for the loss of infinite armor? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this information with everybody in your communities. And as always, thank you all for stopping in and sharing this with me, and have a nice day.